1, 2, 3, 4, 1. My body is spent. I need a soul for rent. There's a desert in my mind. The storm's blowing in.
Hi, Mairtín.
How you, Bridie? How are you feeling?
Sure, I'm grand. The quarantine was only a precaution. I got the all clear this morning. I'm back in the office now doing a few bits and pieces.
Well, that's great news. You'll be up to see me so later.
In a couple of hours. I'm really sorry I couldn't call to the house sooner.
Sure it is what it is. Did you hear about Amirua?
Mam told me. Poor Tessie, she must be in bits.
Oh, a big shock for her, all right. It'd been so sudden like.
Mam said it was a massive heart attack.
Oh, dead before he hit the ground, I reckon. And a bad way to go. Was it your mother that dropped up the groceries?
It was.
I thought it was her, all right. She left a copy of the Irish Catholic with the grub.
No such thing as a free lunch, Mairtín.
That's not maybe. How was she?
Driving me fucking demented. It was bad enough when she was cocooning and phoning me every 5 minutes. Ever since I've been back in the house, no escape. She's up on her high horse about Father Massey.
Why, what did Massey do?
Did you not hear? Father Massey's gone viral. 200,000 views on YouTube.
200,000? What's the Pope with him, say Mass or what?
He did his mass, pished as a fart, while wearing a Liverpool scarf, and then he sang You'll Never Walk Alone for 20 minutes.
He did not.
And
Did
the
he?
chap's held up in the air like a trophy. Mam and the committee are going mad. They've the bishop involved, the whole lot. Poor Massey's been taken off the air.
Sure it was only a bit of crack. That's the problem with the church. They never liked any of us having any crack. Like when I was a garçon, I'd be with the father when he'd be making the poitín. And on me oath he had more trouble with the priest than he ever had with the peeler. We'd be back in the bog, miles away. All of a sudden we'd hear the geese honking.
The geese?
Oh, we always had a couple of geese with us. Can't beat a goose for keeping watch. Better than a dog any day.
You're codding me.
Upon me oath.
How did you get them to the bog? Had a leash on them, I suppose.
A leash. And where did you come from, Gillian? We'd throw two into a bag and bring them with us when we'd be making a run. Oh, a goose would hear a pygmy shrew in the grass a mile away. And it's the time the geese would honk and we'd look up and we'd see the missioners coming at us from across the bog.
Who were the missioners?
That's what we call them. The missionaries of the Pioneer Society. Trying to impose total abstinence they were, as if the people didn't have it hard enough at the time. We'd hear the geese honking. We'd look up and we'd see their silver pin glistening in the sun. We knew it was time to pack up and get out of Dodge.
Sure, what could they do?
Oh, they could inform on us if they got close enough to identify us.
Hadn't they fuck all to be doing?
One thing the world was never short of, Gillian, and that's self-appointed moral guardians.
Well, Mam would only love that. No better woman to be traipsing across the bog looking for sinners.
My father was denounced from the altar. Would you believe that now?
He was not.
He was. One of his clients shared a drop with a priest, and more fool he to think a priest could be trusted.
Well, there'd be no fear of Father Massey denouncing him from the altar.
That's true for you, true for you. No better man to share a drop. You know, my father had the only car in the village that time. He used to run a hackney service bringing people in and out of Galway.
When was this?
Back in the 50s. Different times again. My father would bring the people into Galway. He'd have the poitín in the boot.
Weren't you an awful bunch of outlaws?
Sure, the laws weren't made for the liking of us.
The well-fed don't understand the lean, as they say.
Aye, nobody could afford the Parliament whisky that time. I used to love going with the father in the car. Every time we drop off a bottle, my father would have to stop and have a drop of the crate. That was the way it was like.
Social etiquette.
And that's right. So etiquette wasn't back then. By the time we'd be heading back home over the bog road, so he'd have half a bottle of drink with all the etiquette like. It was my job to hold on to his elbow, watch him like a hawk. Any time I see him bobbing off, I give him a good rattle. I say, wake up, Dad, wake up. Are you putting us into the bog?
That's insane. What age were you then?
8 or 9, I suppose. Oh, many's the night I had to grab the steering wheel to keep us on the road.
I think that might be classed as child abuse nowadays.
There was no childhood back then, Kathleen. That only came when you and Seamus were young. Seems to get longer with every generation. See this younger generation now with this Coronamona crack, they cannot even stay out of the way and watch Netflix for themselves.
Oh, they'd rather be dead than bored, like literally.
So those nights I've been home with the father in the car, they were the happiest times of my life. My belly be full of lemonade, me head be full of stories from the old timers, and I'd have the responsibility for the family business in me hands like. Well, we'd arrive home and my mother would be standing in the doorway. She'd always wait up for us now, like. My father would stagger up the path and she'd come down and grab him by the arm and lead him in. She'd look back over her shoulder at me and give me that smile. That smile would make me feel 10 foot tall.
I wish a look from my mother made me feel 10 foot tall.
No, it wasn't all smiles like. My mother had a temper on her like. And it's the time she broke the handle of the brush across me back and then blame me for breaking it. Look what you made me do now, she'd say. I'd stop her out of her way before she catch me.
Ma'am blamed me for her crow's feet this morning. All the stress I bring upon her, apparently.
At least she didn't hit you with the handle of a brush.
A lash from her tongue is worse than any handle of any brush.
I see your mother now didn't have it easy neither.
How do you mean? Do you still call her Mother Theresa?
Who told you that?
Seamus. And you?
Oh, I don't mind that fella.
You still miss your mother?
She's still with me, like. When you're part of someone like that, it's hard to get rid of them. No greater presence than absence. You know, I never feel alone in this house.
Mum said she was talking to Kathleen when she called by yesterday.
Kathleen?
Your care nurse. She's been staying with you.
Well, isn't that gas now? Huh? I can remember near 70 years ago. I cannot remember that girl's name.
There'll be some short-term memory loss. Kathleen said you've been sleeping a lot.
Oh, that anesthetic has me shook.
Did she give you your steroids?
Well, she gave me something anyway.
Seamus has been trying to call you.
You didn't say anything to him, did you?
You'll have to tell him, Mairtín. He's been phoning me every day. He called the house last night. Mam answered the phone for fear she wasn't contrary enough. He knows something's wrong.
He'd only be telling me what I should be doing and making a big deal of it.
It is a big deal. You'll have to start treatment soon.
I don't know, will I or won't I?
There'll definitely be some treatment.
Oh, I know that. I just don't know, do I want treatment? I saw what that so-called treatment done to Molly when she was sick. Yeah, I wouldn't wish it on me worst enemy.
Every case is different, Mairtín.
Yes. And every case is the same. Or it has the same ending, like. How we face that ending, that's the only choice left to us.
Look, we'll know more once we have your results. We'll know what the options are once the consultant has a treatment plan. Please make sure to call Seamus.
Oh, I will. Good that you're back talking again. He's always asking about you.
I'll drop by the house shortly. Do you need anything from the shop?
You know, you might bring me up a loop-the-loop.
You and your feckin' loop-the-loops. You're the loop-the-loop. See you shortly.
You will, please, God, you will. Bridie? Thanks.
For the loop-the-loop, is it? You haven't got it yet? I'll see you later.
My body's spent. I need a soul for rent. There's a desert in my mind. The storm's blowing in. I've learned to give up, 'cause it could not make it up. Only the fools in my world